Interesting. Very interesting. How Caitlin Clark can say something, the old guard fans, you guys will trash her for it. And then Paige Bueckers remixes the same exact message, and it's either met with praise, oh, I love it when Paige says it, or crickets, because you don't want to be caught playing the fool. Let's get...
Something wild is happening right now in the WNBA, and honestly, almost nobody is talking about how messy it really is. The WNBA Players Association looks like it's falling apart right in front of everyone, and here's the crazy part. It's not being destroyed by billionaire owners or big corporate lawyers. It's being torn apart from the inside. Yeah, you heard that right. This whole situation feels less like a serious labor negotiation and more like a high school drama fight, and the internet is watching every second of it. So what actually happened here? Why are fans suddenly calling out massive hypocrisy? And why are some of the richest owners in sports probably sitting back laughing right now? To understand this meltdown, we have to rewind a few months, because the warning signs were there the whole time. Back in December, the union was demanding a huge chunk of league revenue and even threatening strikes that could cancel the season, and the tension was sky high. Then reporters went straight to Caitlin Clark, expecting her to repeat the usual union talking points, but instead she said something that shocked everyone. She basically said, "Look, this is the biggest moment the WNBA has ever had, and the league cannot mess this up. We need to play basketball, because that's how you make the money." Simple. Direct. Pure business logic. And think about it for a second. She wasn't attacking the union, she was warning them. If you cancel the season, casual fans disappear, TV partners lose interest, sponsors back out, and the entire momentum the league just built could collapse overnight. It was probably the most realistic, grown-up statement anyone made during the whole negotiation. But instead of listening, the backlash exploded. Critics called her anti-union.
I think the most important thing for myself, thinking about these CBA negotiations, this is the biggest moment the WNBA has ever seen, and it's not something that can be messed up. And we're going to fight for everything that we deserve, but at the same time,
Some even labeled her a scab. The media ran stories questioning her motives, saying her big endorsement deals made her out of touch. It was a full-on public attack, all because she suggested compromise. But here's where things get really interesting, and honestly kind of shocking. Fast forward to today, with the March 10th deadline getting closer and players starting to worry about missed paychecks. Suddenly another star player, Paige Bueckers, steps in front of cameras and says something almost identical. She says they don't want a strike. They want a season. They love playing basketball. Sound familiar? Because it's basically the exact same message Caitlin Clark gave months earlier. So what happened this time? Was there outrage? Were there angry tweets accusing her of betraying the union? Not even close. Total silence. And the internet noticed immediately. Fans started asking the obvious question. Why was one player attacked for saying it, but another player praised for saying the same thing? That's when the accusations of a huge double standard started spreading everywhere online, and suddenly the union's message about solidarity didn't look so united anymore. And just when you think the situation couldn't get more complicated, another moment sent the debate into overdrive.
Implemented for us to move on our stance. And so we as players, we don't want to strike. We want to have a season. I love playing basketball. That's all I want to do. But again, there's things that need to be handled, and we want to do it as professionals. At this point,
During negotiations, ownership reportedly offered a proposal that could raise some veteran salaries by around $200,000 a year. For many people, that sounds like a massive raise, life-changing money in most industries. But veteran player Natasha Cloud pushed back publicly, saying that number comes before taxes and before living costs in expensive cities like New York, arguing players would still be struggling financially. That comment instantly sparked a huge online reaction. Some fans agreed players deserve more money, especially with the league growing fast. But others couldn't believe someone would complain about a six-figure raise while most people watching are working regular jobs. And that's where the debate exploded, because now this isn't just about contracts anymore.
Also be taken off of the table. All know this New York market. that $200,000 jump that players are going to make, that's before taxes, that's before what they would have to pay for a potential housing market in the state of New York. So it's about
perception, leadership, and whether the players themselves are united on the strategy moving forward. Meanwhile, the clock keeps ticking toward the March deadline, and the biggest question hanging over the entire league is simple but huge. Will the next generation of stars push for compromise to keep the season alive, or will the internal division keep growing until the whole negotiation falls apart? Because if the season actually gets cancelled, the damage could go way beyond 1 year of games. Fans could disappear. Momentum could vanish. And the moment that was supposed to launch the WNBA into a new era could turn into one of the biggest missed opportunities in sports history. So now the pressure is massive, the internet is watching everything, and one question remains: will this end in a historic deal or a historic meltdown?